Hi, my name is Anissa, also known as Nissa, the self-love coach, and I'm a retired pick-me and a retired people pleaser. Truth be told, the pick-me mindset is deeply intertwined with the spirit of rejection. For many of us, it started long before adulthood. Something happened in childhood, maybe you weren't valued, chosen, or affirmed, and it planted a lie in your heart that you have to do anything at any cost to be accepted. Now, a lot of people think a pick me is just a woman chasing a man's approval, but it's bigger than that. You'll find pick me's at work doing extra just to be noticed, at church serving from a place of fear, not love, in friend groups bending over backwards just to belong, even in the grocery store, shrinking themselves to be liked. This isn't just behavior, it's a psychological and spiritual addiction. Pick-me's are addicted to being chosen. It's a craving for validation, a rush when someone finally accepts them because deep down they believe they have never been chosen before. That belief, I'm not chosen, is a lie straight from the pits of hell. The truth, you've been chosen by God from the very beginning. John 15, verses 16. But if you can't grasp that, you'll spend your whole life auditioning for love you already have. Here are some signs you may be operating in a pick me spirit. The true God says about each one: overcompensating for love. You do more than you should, hoping it would make someone choose you. Truth. I have loved you with an everlasting love. Jeremiah 31 and 3. His love is already complete without you earning it. Agreeing to things you dislike. You say yes to avoid losing approval, even when it costs you peace. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. Matthew chapter 5, verses 37. God gives you authority to stand in truth without fear. Competing for attention. You feel triggered or insecure when someone else gets recognized. Truth. A man's gift makes room for him. Proverbs chapter 18, verses 16. Your gift will open the right doors without striving. Ignoring red flags. You tolerate mistreatment just to keep a relationship, friendship, or job. Bad company corrupts good character. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses 33. God calls you to guard your heart and walk in wisdom. Performing for acceptance. You feel you have to earn love by your actions. It is by grace you have been saved, not by works. Ephesians chapter 2, verses 8 through 9. God's love is a gift, not a wage. Fearing being replaced. You live in constant anxiety that someone better will come along. Truth. The gifts and the calling of God are irrevocable. Romans chapter 11, verses 29. No one can take your place in God's plan. Self-neglect. You put your needs, values, and boundaries last to please others. Love your neighbor as yourself. Mark chapter 12, verses 31. Loving others start with loving yourself. Needing constant validation. Your mood rises or falls depending on who affirms you that day. Truth. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Psalm chapter 27, verses 7. Psalm chapter 27, verses 1. Your confidence comes from him, not people. Losing your identity. You don't know who you are without someone else's approval. Your life is now hidden with Christ, that in God. That's your truth. Colossians chapter 3, verses 3. Your identity is anchored in him, not opinions. Chasing closure. You go above and beyond to prove your worth keeping even after rejection. Truth. If they do not receive you, shake the dust off your feet. Matthew chapter 10, verses 14. You are released from needing permission to move forward. For many, this started at home. Some were never chosen by their mother. Others never felt chosen by their father. When the two people God used to bring you into this world don't affirm you, it creates a hunger, a dangerous hunger for acceptance anywhere you can find it. So you chase it. You become a validation addict, an acceptance addict. And some of us have done things we can't even say out loud because in the moment, the dopamine rush of finally being chosen felt worth it. But afterwards, the emptiness remained. So, healing from the pick me spirit isn't about just trying harder or loving yourself more. It requires deliverance. Deliverance from the spirit of rejection, therapy, including rejection therapy to rewire your thinking, intimacy with God to know He was rejected first, Isaiah chapter 53, verses 3, and He understands your pain. Accepting that no human being can choose you forever, only God's love is eternal, and only God's choice is eternal. If you've been living as a pick me, I want you to know you are already chosen, already loved, already accepted, not because of what you do, but because of whose you are. The spirit of rejection is a liar, but God's word is true. It's time to put down the audition script. You already have the part.